good show, everybody. Two Mackey Jope goals give Tony Annan a win in his debut on the touchline for Atlanta United 2 against Miami. What does round 2 hold against Charleston? It's the USL Championship on ESPN Plus next. Time for a little action at the fraction. It's the USL Championship on ESPN Plus. Out of Group H, it is Atlanta United 2 chasing after their second win in a row, coming in with a record of 1-3-1, going up against the Charleston Battery in a compressed part of their schedule, coming in tonight with a record of 2-2. Alongside Jason Longshore, I am John Nelson. Thanks for accessing us however you are doing so tonight, Jason. And this one early on in Group H is big tonight.
Atlanta United 2 is trying to get to the playoffs for the first time in club history. A win tonight puts them into a playoff spot. Charleston will have a match in hand, but Atlanta United 2 has a big opportunity in front of them this evening.
And one of those players will not be a part that has been a part of them so far this season. You mentioned on the broadcast against Miami the good and the bad for 36.
Yeah, Jackson Conway picks up a second yellow. That gets him a red card. The team backed him up and got the 3 points for him. But Jackson Conway, it's a big learning opportunity. You can see how much it hurt him missing out in the rest of that match.
Amir Bashti will be keeping an eye on him tonight. For Charleston, with Charlotte around the corner, it's a bit of a different squad. They're going to rely on a veteran tonight, Robbie Crawford.
Robbie Crawford comes out of the Glasgow Rangers youth setup. He drives this midfield forward. 6 chances created in 4 matches. With a lot of new faces around him, Robbie Crawford becomes very important tonight.
12 days ago, these two teams met down at Patriots Point, and it was all Charleston that night.
All Charleston, 21 shots, 9 on target. Atlanta United 2 never got going. They had the possession, but they didn't create anything out of it. That has to change tonight.
And we'll take a look and see what the starting 11s look like and get you ready for the first 45. Coming up around the corner in Group H in the USL Championship, Atlanta United 2 hosting the Charleston Battery. It's a big one. Stick and stay. We'll be right back.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
Welcome back to Kennesaw. We'll get you ready for Charleston and Atlanta. Jason, the Charleston lineup is different.
Lots of different faces for the Charleston Battery tonight. Player I'm interested in seeing getting his first start of the season, Mauro Cicero. Knee injury cut his time short in Dallas. He was a legend at SMU. Want to see what he can do for this Battery squad up top.
On the flip side, we talked about Atlanta United 2. No Jackson Conway. How does it look?
Amir Bashti comes in. He's a creator. He's going to change the way this team plays without Conway. Coleman Gannon will be in a more attack-minded position as well. Good performance last week from Babacar Njai. Expect more from him in the central midfield.
Coach for Atlanta United 2, Tony Annan, got the win last time out. You see the players kneeling. The United Soccer League, all 35 championship clubs and its players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. Their 15-second moment of silence there as the USL and we are all united against racism. There is the head coach of the Charleston Battery, Mike Anhauser.
Been in Charleston for seemingly the whole run of the Charleston Battery. That continuity is so important with some new faces this year, but also new faces in the lineup tonight.
So we're getting ready for the first 45 here. Your officials tonight, the man in the middle is Chris Ruska. Your assistants, Ben Regal and Christopher Clock. Your fourth official tonight is Kyle Johnston. There's Chris Ruska. We'll be listening to his instructions. We are now underway here at Fifth Third Bank Stadium. Here in the first 45, Atlanta in their stripes kits. They will be going from left to right as you are viewing. Charleston in their road whites with the gold stripes up front, and they are heading in the opposite direction from right to left. Early break for them off a turnover. Cicero looking, finds Zaracostas. Jack Gurr on him, and the Battery will work their way back out of trouble, and they'll try it all over again. Over the top, Patterson trying to lead Zaracostas, but it ends up with Ben Lundgaard. So we come up with the first minute gone here at Fifth Third.
Great ball out of the back by Leland Archer to pick that option out on the left side.
Njai, Riley, and Wiley. Mojadama wearing the captain's armband this evening. Njai back and forth with Bashti. He'll hang on to it. Trying to release. Good idea there, but picked off. Kyle Nelson now with possession for the Battery. Njai gets it back. Bashti on a bit of a run. Calling for it and getting it. It's Mackie Jope. Lost his footing in the tackle there. Coleman Gannon was a part, and it's going to be an early goal kick. Jason, when you were looking at the keys tonight, obviously you went to the jukebox.
Of course. REM is for Atlanta. My favorite band from Charleston, Jump Little Children. For Charleston, they've had 2 clean sheets against Atlanta United 2 this season. They're trying to keep Phil Brino very bored this evening. Words of wisdom, that is Mike Anhauser. You have his veteran leadership for this squad. For Atlanta United 2, set piece work, finest work song. The set piece defending has to be better this time around. And you mentioned Jackson Conway, talk about the passion. Have to manage the emotion of the match.
Njai, Bashti trying to dribble out of traffic. Cicero ends up with it for the Battery. Zaracostas trying to get ahead of steam, and he is sent backwards, and the Battery will try it again. There's Robbie Crawford. We talked about him pregame. Early work there with Kieran Mason. Back to Kyle Nelson. Coleman Gannon in pursuit. Go all the way back to Brino. Started every match so far for Charleston in this season. Goal against of 1 for the Charleston Battery. Back to Brino, and they'll try it again. Leland Archer now nearby, and there's your outlet. Gannon closing, sent forward. Will Riley gets a hold of it, turns on Cicero. Jobe went in with Mason. Njai on the second ball. Nicely done by Jadama to give to Wiley so the Stripes can have possession. Turn, Mackie Jope had Gannon to his left, pulls it back. Give to Njai. Into the area with the left, headed out. Cichero is there. Robbie Crawford looking for an outlet.
Lots of space for Charleston as they push forward.
Piggott, a lot of room there. Riley behind him. Cichero in with the left, deflected, misses Zeracostas, top of the area, and back comes Atlanta United 2.
Atlanta United 2 has to transition to defending quicker. Tons of space for the Battery to step forward into.
Heading quickly toward minute number 5 here at 5th third. A couple of other matches in the Eastern Conference, as you would know them in the Eastern Conference. We'll let you know what else is going on around the USL Championship at halftime. One game already completed between Red Bulls 2 and Philadelphia Union 2. Garrison Tubbs, Jack Gurr. Nelson at the top of the area heads it. Boschti heads it back. Mackie Jope has some space into the middle of the area, lost footing, and it looks like Robbie Crawford's going to come out with it for Charleston Battery. Early chance for Atlanta United 2. Frantic and wide open here in the first 5.5 minutes, both sides back and forth here. Romario Piggott. Nelson on the overlap. Back to Crawford in the middle, Boschti on him. Nelson again. Caleb Wiley there to defend. Last touch by Nelson, so it'll be a throw in for the Stripes. Njai. Pressure from behind, give to Riley. Riley trying to send it up the channel, picked off by Leland Archer. Kieran Mason. Well defended that time by the Stripes. A lot of bodies in space, and now Boschti. Gurr with a lot of room. Zeracostas trying to close it down. Into the area, knocked clear, but not all the way out. And a foul is called, and they're going to call it on Atlanta United 2 here halfway through minute 6.
A little overly aggressive there from Philip Goodrum. Good run from Jack Gurr. 2 assists last week for Gurr. He starts all of this. Goodrum just crashes in. Easy foul call.
Brino sends it straight ahead. Center circle. Cichero heads it down. But Atlanta United 2 back with it. Garrison Tubbs. Back and forth with Gurr and Mo Jadama. Directing some traffic with Babacar Njai. Chipped up and over, looking for Caleb Wiley. Back to Njai. Big idea with the left, hit it with the outside of the boot. Goodrum was there, and you're going to get no whistle there as Goodrum hit the deck.
We'll get another look at that, hopefully.
We'll keep an eye on that after this play. Crawford, here's your look. Nelson gets away from Boschti and from Coleman Gannon. Nice dribbling there by Kyle Nelson. Swings it over to Patterson. In with the left, right on Lundgaard. Lundgaard looking for some help, any help, and he finally does get it. But a lot of pressure early on. There's Robbie Crawford trying to get it, and there's your whistle finally on Crawford fouling Will Riley.
Ruska's going to let him play. There was a lot of jockeying there between Crawford and Riley. Crawford had his arm hooked around Riley. Ruska gave Riley a chance to try to play out of it.
A lot behind that goes to Boschti. Caleb Wiley thought about it with the left. Nelson on him. Boschti, he'll go with the left. Mackie Jope header just over the bar.
Beautiful ball from Amir Boschti. got his head up and saw he had a couple of options on the back post. Mackie Jope goes up for it. Isn't able to get over top of it. Challenged by A.J. Patterson. That took Jope off just enough. Great ball in from Boschti. Playing that creative number 10 role right behind Mackie Jope tonight.
Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select's the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportamerica.com. Come the stripes again. Jack Gurr looking for Coleman Gannon. Nelson heads it away. Njai gets away from Kieran Mason. Into the middle to Boschti. Will Riley has some reinforcements. There's Njai. Back and forth with Mackie Jope. Not enough on that one. Mason intercepts. But Njai stuck with it. Gave it to Amir Boschti, who's going to dribble out of trouble. Nicely done to get possession back for Atlanta United 2. Boschti and Goodrum. To Gurr. Back to Garrison Tubbs. Over to Mojadama. Coleman Gannon looking to turn. Wiley. Not enough on it to curve it in. Ends up going over the net for another goal kick.
Good work to create the opportunity. Poor final product there from Caleb Wiley. Getting lots of time in recent matches. Wiley playing as a left back in a line of 4 tonight, but more of a 4-3-3 look from Tony Annan in game number 2 for him.
Boschwa heads it, couldn't control it. A.J. Patterson couldn't get there in time, so it'll be a throw for Atlanta United 2 in the attacking third as we're coming up halfway through minute number 11 here at Fifth Third Bank Stadium. Group H action in USL Championship. Thanks for hanging out with us, however you are doing so. Jadama gets it back to Ben Lundgaard. Riley helping out as well. Lundgaard will send it to his right. Nicely chested down to keep it in by Gurr. They'll find Goodrum. Gurr. Another ball trying to spring Mackie Jope, but Leland Archer was there to make sure that Jope couldn't get another chance on net here, minute number 12.
Jope nearly got around the left shoulder of Archer.
Gannon tried to turn on Kyle Nelson. That was like almost running into a brick wall. That they get the throw. Boschti in with the left into the 6, and it's just missed and popped up into the air. Archer tries to dribble out of the area with it. Coleman Gannon in pursuit. He'll chase after it with Nelson, and it's going to end up being goal kick again. Great work there by Atlanta United 2. Another chance.
Samir Boschti again with a beautiful first touch to create this space. Ball to the top of the 6. Goodrum being pressured by A.J. Patterson. Can't redirect that on goal. It's all created with that first touch from Amir Boschti. For Amir Boschti, it's all about consistency. He has looked great here in the early going in the first 12 minutes.
Clark to Patterson. Had some space. Boschti closed it down. Cicero tries to get it in, but he can't get it to Boschwa in time. Lundgaard gets there first.
Boschwa finds that channel, gets in behind Garrison Tubbs. Pass had too much on it, but that space will be there tonight as Jack Gurr loves to push forward for Atlanta.
Tubbs, Riley, Gurr, and Boschti. Boschti with a head of steam tries to get it to Goodrum, deflected. And Archer will get there, send it back to Brino, who will get rid of it and send it back toward center circle. Headed down Njai. He'll send it back to Gurr. And back and forth, Atlanta United 2 with possession as we head toward minute 14.
Good movement off the ball by Atlanta tonight. Creating opportunities, creating space for others.
Goodrum pushed off the ball. Ball ends up with Boschwa. Zarakostas now. He'll pull it back, give to Patterson. Patterson looking for a dance partner, ends up sending it back to Renico Clark, and he'll give to Leland Archer. Space finally, sending it forward with the right. Can Nelson get there on the overlap? Too much. Let's take a look at the last possession where the Battery had a chance. It was a close call for Ben Lundgaard.
Yeah, tried to hit that through ball to Boschwa. Lundgaard just a little late off his line. Boschwa pulls out of it to not make contact. Charleston's going to be looking for those alleys between the center backs, between the center back and the outside back tonight.
Lundgaard started every match so far for Atlanta United 2 this season. 5 for 5 with a goals against at .220 and a save percentage of .517. Romario Pigott with a lot of room. Sends it down looking for Cicero. Couldn't get enough on it. Kind of whiffed on it a little bit. Ends up with Lundgaard, but great pursuit by Jack Gurr to kind of fluff the shot a little bit.
Jack Gurr deflected it back to Ben Lundgaard. That was good defending from Gurr to recover. Cicero not quite strong enough with the first touch to bring it under control. Gurr gets there to make it difficult for him.
Into center circle. Mason looks for Pigott. And they're back and forth. Looking for Zaracostas, nicely picked up by Jack Gurr. Gurr has Goodrum, Boschti, and Jope. He'll flick it. Goodrum over on the edge. Looking to drive on Patterson into the area with the right. Njai will get the ball. Tried to get a call from Robbie Crawford's contact. Wasn't going to happen. So here comes the Battery again in Zaracostas.
Ruska's not calling fouls on that kind of contact tonight.
Good defense there by Garrison Tubbs as Boschwa tried to turn. Boschwa was the last to touch. It'll go with the stripes here halfway through minute 16. They're looking for anybody to throw it into. Finally sends it backwards to Garrison Tubbs, and they'll swing to Mo Jadama. Tries to skip lines looking for Boschti over Nelson. Boschti will get there, but the flag will go up offside. Good idea by Atlanta United 2. Didn't quite go with that. Speaking of how you're watching the match, don't miss a minute of action in 2020. Sign up today. Get alerts all year long by following your club at ESPN.com. Search for Atlanta United 2, then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news, scores, and get reminders on the Stripes' next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your favorite club. Over Jadama. Wiley is there to defend on Pigott. It's Cicero into the area, headed and wide. So it looks like it's going to be another goal kick. Battery players were looking for a foul in the area or a touch. Gurr went down once again. No whistle from Ruska tonight. Jack Gurr's kind of feeling that one a little bit.
Yeah, Jack Gurr plowed over there. He's got to be stronger going up for that. Ruska's set the expectations pretty clearly tonight. He's going to allow a lot of contact, a lot of physicality. Atlanta's going to have to be ready to play that kind of match this evening.
A lot of pressure. Atlanta United 2 tried to bring the ball in, and the pressure turns into a possession for the Battery. Crawford triple teamed. Njai ends up with it. Will Riley with a head of steam. Finds Mackie Jope. Archer in pursuit. Flag is up again offside as Jope got in.
Riley held that just a little too long as Mackie Jope was starting to get loose on the left side.
There's your look at Tony Annan. Mackie Jope got his first 2 professional goals to get the win over the Miami FC last time out.
Tony Annan's had so many of these Atlanta United 2 players in the Atlanta United Academy. He's been with the club longer than almost anyone in the front office, and he gets this opportunity now on an interim basis in the USL Championship. Good performance in week 1 for the new manager.
They're going to call Boschwell for the foul there as he grabbed around Mo Jadama. But one of the really cool things to see last time out against Miami, and you've got it here tonight as well, is that you have team personnel who are here to root on for Tony and to see how he's doing here with Atlanta United 2. I just thought it was really cool to see the show of support from the staff.
Yeah, it's a must. I mean, these are players with Atlanta United 2 that you could see with the MLS squad very soon.
Nelson loses his footing. Mackie Jobe trying to get Njai sprung. And gets pushed by Renico Clark. He ends up into the sideboards behind the net. It looks like Ruska's going to have a bit of a talk with Renico Clark. Let's take a look at Njai here real quick.
He's going to have a talk with Renico Clark. He needs to get this under control a little bit because there's no need for this contact at the end of it. Ball's done. Arm goes out by Renico Clark at the end of it. It's not just a shoulder to shoulder. Players at full speed and you knock them off that way, sometimes you get them flying into the signboards, and that's not a good situation. Could be very dangerous.
Keep an eye on that. Halfway through minute 20, goalless here. Frantic pace in the first 7-8 minutes. It's kind of calmed down a little bit since. We mentioned the importance of this match in Group H. Atlanta United 2 in third, but they're only 2 points behind Charleston Battery. Come up with a win, they end up in second place temporarily here in the group. Mario Piggott tries to line up with the left, and it ends up being wide. It'll be a goal kick for Ben Lundgaard.
Piggott steps up and takes the space in between the lines. Atlanta United's got to be a little more compact there. Riley and Njai, that combination in the holding midfield for Atlanta has been very good at times, but sometimes they give up too much space. Piggott took full advantage this time. The final shot, not good enough, but the space can't be allowed.
Boschti tries to spring Gannon, too much behind it, and it's going to be a throw for the Battery. Amir Boschti really has been that engine that you were looking for tonight in the first 21 minutes or so.
It's been that creative hub. I need to keep feeding him.
Foul on Jadama there on Boschwa. Now it looks like Chris Ruska is going to have a bit of a discussion with Mo Jadama now. After his do-si-do with Romario Piggott. Calling them both over.
No, he's calling Jadama over. Piggott just walked with him. It's a little inconsistent because it's been a very loosely called match so far. This was a grab at midfield, and it gets a talking to. We'll see where this goes. These are two teams who know each other really well, and they don't exactly like one another. Can get very physical, can get a little chippy if it's allowed to.
All-time Atlanta United 2, 2-4-1 against the Battery. Patterson tried to drive and turn in. Gurr got there. Tries to send it forward to Mackie Jobe. Jobe will track it down. Renico Clark on him. They're going to call the foul on Clark.
Just on the line over here.
So the whistles that we weren't seeing from Ruska in the first 8, 10, 12 minutes, we're now seeing here in the late teens and 20s.
In the middle third, where it's not as consequential, and we'll see where this line continues to move. For a team like Charleston that has a lot of size, that typically is a very physical team, they'd like for that line to still be pretty loose.
Njai, too much for Wiley.
Atlanta getting flustered just a bit with the pressure from Charleston.
Archer, Renico Clark, and Robbie Crawford. Patterson forward with the left. Gurr tries to disrupt Zeracostas. Center circle, Romario Piggott. Good ball to Nelson. into the corner. Zeracostas from one end of the field to the other. We'll track it down in the corner. Looking to drive on Njai. They're going to call the foul on Njai. So it'll be our first set piece here. 24th minute for the Battery. Ruska will mark off his 10. And we'll see what the Battery have in mind.
It's in a dangerous spot. Almost like a corner kick. It's a lot of times you'll see a team play a short corner kick to this very location. Gives you a better angle. Robbie Crawford will have your delivery.
One body in front of Lundgaard, in with the right, top of the 6, headed down. Big volley, just missed that time by Sachero. And he knows it too. He wanted that one badly.
Ball falls right to Sachero, and he tries to hit that full with the laces, just a little over the top of it.
Swept over to Garrison Tubbs. Looking for Goodrum. It's going to be a throw for the Battery. Right near center line. Pressure from Bashti. Archer still with it. Tries to give to Kyle Nelson. Nelson finally does send it forward. But Will Riley with it now. Gurr. Goodrum. And back to Riley. Mojadama. Wiley. Bashti. Tries to send Gannon up over the top. Looks like Brino will get there first.
Excellent ball from Caleb Wiley to pick out Amir Bashti. Just like Charleston at times is finding that space between the lines, Amir Bashti's doing a very good job of that tonight as well. You could hear Charleston's technical staff trying to alert Robbie Crawford that Bashti had gotten in behind him on his back shoulder. Wiley was still able to pick him out.
Piggott will throw and find Sachero. Battery starting it up again. Jadama over the back, and that looks like that's going to be a card. So Jadama will get a yellow. They're calling the physios out to take a look at Sachero here.
Jadama had already been talked to once by the referee. Goes in with the elbow and the forearm into the head of Sachero. Reckless from Jadama. Easy yellow card decision for Ruska.
They're going to call the physio out.
He won't have to leave the field since the physio came out because a yellow card was issued. A lot of times you'll see a player not want the physio to come out because they'll have to step off the field. That's not the case when a yellow card is issued.
Crawford from 30 or so. Two-man wall. Sending it in. And Leland Archer missed with the right, so it'll be a goal kick for Atlanta United 2.
Nice defensive work by Jadama to prevent Archer from getting a clean look at that.
There's your pressure again from the Battery. Tubbs sending it forward. Tried to find Goodrum. Hit it with the outside of the foot, so it'll be a throw in the middle third for Charleston again. Clark back and forth with Robbie Crawford. Bashti in pursuit. Back to Brino.
Three-way conversation between Bashti, Crawford, and Ruska.
Sent in looking for Zeracostas, and too much. Good idea that time by the Battery, trying to spring Zeracostas. We've seen him on both the left and right sides in the attack so far here in the first 28 minutes.
Amir Bashti has to be careful here. He picked up that red card in Tampa Bay, came in with a very physical challenge against Miami last week to get a yellow card. Robbie Crawford knows that, throws the arm out as Bashti's running by, knocks him down, and then there's a lot of conversation afterwards. Keep an eye on 10 in red and black and 6 in white and yellow.
Wiley, Gannon, nicely done to Njai. Tried to go for the return. And it hit Atlanta United to last, so it'll go to Charleston.
Give Coleman Gannon some props for that back heel.
No doubt.
That's a very savvy move from a teenager who's in his first season in the USL Championship. Lots of swagger out of Coleman Gannon.
I'm going to call a foul on Njai that time with the push off on Mason. You've really liked Coleman Gannon's play in the games that we've seen since the restart.
I like the attitude he plays with. He does not play like a teenager who's just trying to fit in. He plays like somebody who has the confidence to change the match.
Zaracostas into the area with the right, just missed the opportunity there. Gurr is there to clean it up. Goes through the goal mouth, ends up with Bashti. Bashti with a lot of room. Just runs into the brick wall that is known as Renico Clark. Not the first time, won't be the last tonight, but Njai, nice command there. Mackie Jope is in alone, flag is up.
It looked like Mackie Jope had made that run, curling around to stay onside. Last chance for Charleston. Not as close as we thought. In the goal mouth, but no opportunity for anyone to get on the end of it. Mackie Jope tried to curl that run. He wants to have a little conversation with Ruska. Needs to maybe have a conversation with the AR, put the flag up.
Yep. So as we're now here in the 31st minute, we're now with the hydration break. Thoughts of the first 31 minutes?
Back and forth. It's a typical Atlanta-Charleston game. There's some physicality, some chippiness, some ill will. Those things happen when Atlanta and Charleston face off. Charleston is still trying to find their footing with so many changes, six new starters tonight. And Atlanta United, too, is just trying to get their balance here. It's been good at times, but not good enough to find the opening goal.
With 4 teams separated by 3 points, give you your last promo here for the first 45 minutes. Group G will take center stage. G and H will play each other in the playoffs. USL Championship returns to ESPN Deportes on Saturday. But here's a look at the Charleston Battery next 5. We mentioned the rotated side out here tonight. It's because they've got Charlotte on the weekend.
Yeah, those games start to add up, and you have travel. And you got to remember how the travel's going down for a lot of these teams. There's a lot of bus rides, and that takes more out of you. Had the trip to St. Petersburg last Friday, the trip over here to Atlanta, then a trip back home, and then back up to Charlotte. Atlanta has a little bit shorter bus ride over to Birmingham on the 8th.
4 of their next 5, though, on the road. And you look at those first 4, you're looking at all 5 of those in a 2-week period. You're at Birmingham, you're going on a bus, you're at home against Tampa. That's when we'll be back with you next here at the Fraction. Then 3 days later, basically a day of rest, regen, practice, you're in Charleston, but it's a familiar opponent. Then 3 days later, after another day of rest, you're in Miami. Then 2 days later, after another day of rest, is Tampa. That's murderous in a 2-week period.
It's a very difficult time frame for a young team that is still trying to develop some of that depth. They're going to need every player on the roster for all of those matches.
Remind you about what else is going on here in the USL Championship. 4 teams separated by 3 points heading into the weekend. Group G will take center stage as the USL Championship returns to ESPN Deportes on Saturday. Memphis 901 FC welcomes North Carolina FC. Both sides eyeing to the top spot in the group. Memphis 901 FC and North Carolina FC Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Deportes.
Tony Annan very demonstrative with Philip Goodrum. Most of Atlanta's opportunities have been coming from the left side or over the top for Mackie Jope. They need to try to get Goodrum into positions down that right side to open Charleston's back line up.
Piggott double-teamed. Gurr comes out with it. Tries to send it forward. Goes off of Crawford up into the air. Boschwa down with it. Crawford with it again. He'll get out of trouble. Give to Patterson. Crawford all the way back to Brino. Archer with Boschti in pursuit. Njai, Mackie Jope. Long strides trying to turn on Kieran Mason. He does. Boschti looking around to see how many Charleston Battery players were there. He could settle, but he couldn't turn on it. But Jope, nicely done to get it back. Tried to get it to Boschti again. The back and forth continuing in the middle third. Coleman Gannon now. Wiley. Njai. Mojadama. Boschwa trying to track down Ben Lundgaard with the ball. It's going to go to Garrison Tubbs, who whiffs on it, and it's going to be a throw for the Charleston Battery.
Good pressure from Charleston. Tubbs with a mistake not characteristic of what we've generally seen from him in possession.
Sachero and Crawford, a nice 1-2. Back to Patterson. Piggott, step over, trying to drive on Gurr. Edge of the area in with the right, hit it out. Mojadama, nicely done.
Good placement on that header by Jadama as well.
Gannon with a head of steam. Lost his footing, but that helped him keep possession past Nelson. Njai, foul on Robbie Crawford.
Crawford didn't like that call. Thought he had picked Njai's pocket cleanly.
Riley and Gurr with the scoop. Goes past Renico Clark and it heads to Brino. Crawford. Kyle Nelson, Gannon in pursuit. I'm going to call Coleman Gannon here, and a yellow for Coleman Gannon.
Gannon a little surprised by that one.
Nelson back up on his feet. Ruska writing Gannon's name down. Crawford spins away from Mackie Jope. Nice pursuit there by Jope, but Clark will get there first. And Archer, and back to Brino. Battery getting out of trouble there and resetting. Brino sends it forward, gets under it a little bit. Coleman Gannon, the only player there. Chested down by Nelson. Zarakostas with Wiley on him. Into the middle. Has some space. Left to Piggott and Crawford. Patterson. Zarakostas. Tries to send it into the area, and it's going to be a corner kick for the Battery here halfway through minute 37.
Another good defensive play from Caleb Wiley. He doesn't make a tackle there, but he chases the ball all the way into the middle of the park to run Charleston into more defending players. And then Wiley's able to recover into his position. Little things like that you don't typically see from a 15-year-old left back.
A lot of folks hanging around the penalty spot. Nelson with the header. Goes over the inline, so it'll be a goal kick.
Far too often this season we're seeing opponents get to the ball first on set pieces, especially corners. This time it's Nelson, the only one going up for it. Mackie Jope lost his footing. Atlanta has to clean up the defending on set pieces.
Riley. Tubbs. Boschti. Gurr, nice contact here. Goodrum tries to go with the give and go, and you're going to get a foul and a card here as well. Patterson with the takedown. He gets a yellow here in minute 38.
Gurr and Goodrum play the little 1-2, and Jack Gurr is trying to get in behind Patterson. He has the step on him. All A.J. Patterson can do is grab him and bring him down. Starts with Boschti. Gurr first time. Patterson just gets the arm out and drags him down. He knows he's beaten at that point. Didn't hear anything from Renico Clark, who was behind him. Clark could have called him off. Saved Patterson from that yellow card.
Chris Ruska with the whistle. Everything will start back all over again. Jadama wanted to send it long, pulls it back, give to Wiley. Wiley with a lot of room, has Boschti to his left, flicks it to him. Boschti in with the left, top of the area, and it's headed away. Patterson was there first, hand to Piggott. Looking for Cicero, and a foul on Will Riley.
Riley goes to the back of Cicero. It's a good ball from Boschti, but Mackie Jobe had found some space, and Boschti couldn't find him.
Coming up at halftime, we'll update you what else is going on around the USL Championship. A lot of news and notes, happenings going on. One game already done today. Game's going on right now. We'll be all the latest with those scores. Let you know what happened with the team of the week. Familiar name that you'll notice is on that list. We'll get into that as well. So a lot of stuff coming up at halftime as well. As we head toward minute 41 here, goalless between Atlanta United 2 and the Charleston Battery. Gurr down to Mackie Jobe, heads it down. Crawford into Boschti. Cicero trying to settle it down. He does. Up over the top, Boschwa in pursuit. Tubbs bumped off by Boschwa, knocked down, and it's going to be a foul on Boschwa, so it'll go back to Atlanta United 2.
Boschwa, a real physical presence up top for Charleston. Two-time Ivy League Offensive Player of the Year from Columbia.
Boschwa had a moment earlier on where he couldn't keep his footing. We've seen some slippage going on because they hit the 15 sprinklers here at Fifth Third before the action started tonight.
There's been a lot of rain in the area lately. Seeing a few guys lose an edge as they try to turn a corner.
Tubbs getting a little help from an idea from Riley, sends it center circle. Boschti nicely done there to get control of it.
Boschti's consistently finding some space in behind Crawford.
Goodrum tried the 1-2 again with Gurr. He'll bring it back to Njai. Two players on that side for Atlanta United 2 out, and Njai gets it all over again. Big left, and Brino has to get a touch to it to send it over the bar. And they're calling goal kick. I thought Brino got a touch with it, but they're saying he didn't.
Njai just turns, sees he has some space, hits that with the left foot and curls it. Don't think Brino got there. It was over the bar. You think he got there?
No, I looking at that replay, I think it was over Brino's hand by about 3 inches.
They have to open up Charleston's back line with shots like that from Njai. Very unpredictable player. Charleston's having trouble reading him.
Early minute 43, goalless. Cicero on Riley. Riley to Gurr. Gurr to Njai. With the left. Wiley will settle. Looking to go on Zaracostas. Gannon on Nelson. He'll pull it back. Njai again. Left. Knocked down. Goodrum can't get there. Mackie Jobe thought about trying to do something with the right. Knocks it down. Goodrum pursues, but they couldn't get there. Back come the Battery quickly.
Mackie Jobe was trying to knock it down for himself. He nearly deflected it into the run of Goodrum.
Center circle, Cicero. Up over Wiley, trying to find Zaracostas. just going to call a throw here for the Battery deep in the attacking third. Jadama into Kier and Mason. Won by the Battery, but Boschwa couldn't get it to a teammate. Looking for Zerakostas, it ends up with the stripes. Boschti looking to send Gannon or Mackie Jope. It's going to stick with Atlanta United 2. Boschti with the flick has Mackie Jope. Oh, that was cheeky to Coleman Gannon to spring him. In with the left, top of the area. Goodrum just missed and he knew it.
The opportunity fell to Philip Goodrum. Unable to bring that around with the left boot. It's great work from Mackie Jope up against the touchline. No space to work with. Back heel nutmeg through Archer. Ooh. Coleman Gannon gets on the end of it. His cross is deflected, but it falls right for Goodrum. He goes first time, just can't curl it into the far corner.
Back the other way, Sachero. Bumped off nicely there by Garrison Tubbs.
It's an excellent tackle from Garrison Tubbs.
Jope tries to settle it down. Leland Archer ends up with it, and they're going to call a foul.
Archer's going to get a yellow card for kicking it away at the end. I get his frustration here, though. Jope and Archer both throwing their bodies into that, trying to get on the end of it. Looked like Jope might have lost his footing more than was fouled by Archer. But kicking it away at the end, that's what gets the yellow card. Combination of size and speed for Mackie Jope. It's difficult to get him off the ball. Mike Anhauser probably not happy with that foul call or the yellow card.
Not. Yeah. 3 minutes added here in the first 45. Wiley pulls it back to Njai. Just to reintroduce it short. Jadama and Will Riley. Riley with a lot of room. Sends it back to Mo Jadama. Gurr with a lot of space. Has Goodrum to his left. Sends it to him in the corner. Goodrum with the right into the area over everybody. Coleman Gannon cannot track it down. It'll be a throw for the Battery. Another
Charleston
good idea.
tried to step up and pull Goodrum offside there. Back line was not organized. Gave Goodrum the opportunity to get in behind, but the final product not good enough.
Wiley gets it from Boschwa. Good control to keep by Coleman Gannon. Zerakostas knocks it out, so it'll be a quick throw for the Stripes. Gannon back to Mo Jadama all over again.
A little sombrero from Coleman Gannon back to himself.
Garrison Tubbs. Jack Gurr. Skip a line. Boschti nicely done to Gurr. Njai. With the left. Mackie Jope tries to turn. Archer was there. Kieran Mason. But back to Will Riley. Atlanta United 2 with another chance.
Falling apart a little bit here at the end of the half for Charleston.
Goodrum and Gurr. Njai is there. Mason marking. Gurr. Goodrum. Njai. Top of the area. Mackie Jope tries to turn. Blocked. Looks like Riley will track it down. Bumped off of it. Foul on Piggott. About 40 seconds or so in the original 3 minutes.
Ruska not making any friends in the Charleston technical area.
Jack Gurr wants to switch balls. Wasn't happy with the one that was in play. So let's see what he's thinking here with everybody at the top of the area. Nice low ball looking for Mackie Jope. Well defended that time by Leland Archer. Goal kick.
Yeah, tied up by Leland Archer. Can't get away. That's going to do it for the half.
So it had moments of frantic early. Both teams testing each other out. It kind of calmed down. Fits and starts as we go from 30 to 45. What'd you think?
Atlanta United 2 played pretty well. They started to take control of that as we got closer to the halftime whistle. I would expect that Charleston is probably not going to enjoy the halftime speech from Mike Anhauser. Probably going to be a few choice words in there, but Charleston should come out with a renewed focus like they started the match with to start the second half.
Honors even after the first 45 at Fifth Third Bank Stadium. Atlanta United 2, Charleston Battery scoreless. Stick and stay halftime just around the corner on ESPN+.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
Welcome back to Kennesaw. It is halftime. Atlanta United 2, Charleston Battery goalless here in Group H. Big game here early on in the season for Group H standings. Right now it is 2 versus 3, only separated by 2 points. Other action going on tonight in the USL Championship. We've had one game already go final. It was a 5 o'clock start this afternoon. Philadelphia Union 2 in their first game under interim head coach Marlon LeBlanc knocked off New York Red Bulls 2 by the score of 3-2. That game was back and forth. Early goal by Philadelphia Union, as a matter of fact, in the first minute of play with their press. Charlotte Independence next on the board for Charleston Battery. We showed you that schedule a little earlier. They are down 1-0 to Birmingham Legion early. That is in the 20th also. Same start times, St. Louis FC and Sporting Kansas City 2. They are goalless as well. News and notes around the USL Championship. And Jason, a streak came to an end in Indy.
Indy 11 has been a difficult out and almost impossible at home over the last couple of years. Sporting Kansas City, too, starting to put it together. They go into Indianapolis and get the win.
And someone, the Charleston Battery faithful, our friends at the regiment know very well, Taylor Mueller hit a milestone in the Pacific Northwest.
Taylor Mueller's a legend in this league. He's a legend in Charleston. He heads back up to the Pacific Northwest where he's from, and he surpasses that 17,000-minute mark. First player to do that in USL history.
That's a lot of minutes. I don't know how many hours that is, but that's a lot of minutes.
That's going to require math, John. I don't do that at this point.
I don't either. And the last moment, the victory dance, the new training ground was broken for Louisville City and Racing Louisville on the NWSL. 30,000 square foot facility for Lou City. Great inroads by Louisville.
You're seeing more and more investment in facilities and in infrastructure among USL clubs. Those are the things that lead to sustainability, and ultimately they'll lead to player development and teams being stronger and stronger every year.
We'll have a lot more information coming up just around the corner about what's going on here in the USL Championship, but what else is going on around the league. Here's a look.
The USL is proud to bring professional soccer back into our communities and across the ESPN family of networks. Follow your local club and don't miss these exciting matches coming up on ESPN2 or ESPN Deportes.
Dr. George Champus from Northwestern and U.S. Soccer's Chief Medical Officer joins me. Coach, try and describe, as soccer has returned around the country over the past month, the work that you and the doctors at U.S. Soccer and in association with the USL Championship, the work you've put in to make sure everybody remains safe for athletes, staff, referees, and in some cases, fans.
Well, Mike, first, it's great to be with you, and watching the USL getting back on the field is really a special thing. To be perfectly honest with you, it's been a collaboration across, I think, our sport in the United States. I think it's what's been really, while we've seen so many challenges with regards to COVID, one of the really good things is seeing, all of the leagues come together, from USL to CONCACAF to NWSL to MLS to NISA, all of us really banding together as a single sport to find a pathway that is first and foremost healthy, and putting our players and all of the staff, coaches, announcers, referees, a top priority. And then subsequent to that was looking at our youth game, that we as a federation, can we create a very responsible guideline that really resonates across the sport.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
Welcome back to Kennesaw. Halftime, about halfway through halftime. So that means that we're going to let you know. You saw in the USL segment that just happened, one of the promos for one of the games that's going to be happening. It's going to be a very busy time period for the ESPN family of networks, Jason, and it starts on Friday.
Yeah, Miami and Tampa Bay, that's the other match in this group. Miami FC needs points desperately. Tampa Bay's in command of the group, but Miami needs to pick up a result, something positive to get some momentum.
You saw what's going to be on ESPN Deportes on Saturday. Saturday, once again, we've talked about Charleston and Charlotte going at it, the Carolina Derby. Pittsburgh and Red Bulls, too. Red Bulls coming off of that loss today, going up against Pittsburgh. Next up for Atlanta United, too, the big matchup against Birmingham.
Birmingham Legion right now leading in the 20th minute, gaining a little bit of confidence as they get ready for the Stripes to come to town.
And then Lou City and Indy 11, that is 8 o'clock Saturday night on ESPN+. Team of the week in the USL Championship, and a well-deserved honor for a very familiar name down there at the bottom.
Mackie Jope with 2 goals last week, his first 2 professional goals, his first appearance on the USL Championship Team of the Week.
Brooks Thompson in goal for Sporting Kansas City 2. 18-year-old got his first professional shutout. Some familiar names: DJ Taylor, North Carolina FC, Carl Wilmette for Indy 11. We come back. We'll get you ready for the second 45. Atlanta United 2, Charleston Battery. It's been an interesting first 45. What about the next 45? We'll let you know coming up around the corner.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
Welcome back to Kennesaw. We'll get you ready for the second 45 by taking a look at the first 45 and how both teams had their chances, Jason, here in the first half. As we take a peek at the first half highlights, but none of them end up in the back of the net. But once again, it's what we expect when these two teams get together.
Both teams with shots, but neither goalkeepers had to make a save as of yet. Lundgaard off his line on that one. Cicero with maybe the best chance for Charleston puts it over the bar. Amir Bashti was dangerous throughout the first half, created a chance for Atlanta. Clever touches from him. Charleston just not quite in sync in the final third. Njai with one of the best opportunities of the half. Mackie Jope with maybe one of the moves of the first half with the back heel nutmeg.
Yep.
Mackie Jope had a really dangerous shot that was blocked out at the top of the 18 as well.
That's a look at what happened in the first half in very short order. But here's a look at the match stats from the first 45. This is what we see. What do you think?
It's very even. It's obviously there's no goals. Shots are about the same. No shots on target. Possession shaded to Atlanta. That feeds into the way Charleston wants to play. Very, very even match. Felt like Charleston had the first half of the first half. Atlanta had the second half of the first half.
Now, when you bring your keys to the game every single match, you go to the jukebox, and when we go back into the jukebox and try to put a little more money in so we can hear the favorite tunes that we like to hear, we go back and revisit those same songs. What do you think?
For Atlanta, the set piece defending, they're not working hard enough on that. It's come to hurt them too often this season. Charleston is absolutely the team that can punish them for it. Amir Bashti's handled the temperature of the match pretty well, and that's something he's going to have to continue to do. Robbie Crawford's tried to get under his skin a little bit. Hasn't happened as of yet. So far, so good for Phil Brino. He doesn't have to make a save yet. He's got that clean sheet. Hasn't given up a goal to Atlanta United 2 this season. And the words of wisdom were maybe turning into words of anger for Mike Anhauser as that half went on. You could see the frustration from that Charleston technical area as the match was getting called a lot tighter from minute 1 to minute 45. Chris Ruska tried to have a very lenient approach to the match, but these two teams, they know each other very well, and it's always a battle between these two, so it didn't take long for the emotions to ramp up a bit.
Take a look at Daniel Steedman there, one of the super subs that we've seen so far for Atlanta United 2. And on the bench for Charleston, a lot of the big names that you're used to seeing when Mike Anhauser trots out a starting 11 on the bench. Logan Gadula, Jay Bold, Angelo Kelly, Dante Marini, Zico Lewis, Nick Udaley, all that firepower. In his starting 11 tonight, only one goal was on the field in the starting 11 tonight as he's got Charlotte coming up around the corner.
You've got all these games in a short period of time. You have to manage the minutes, and Mike Anhauser has a lot of players who can contribute. For Atlanta United 2, it's a little more difficult. You don't have as many players with experience. You don't have as much firepower in reserve. Be very curious to see when Mike Anhauser turns to the bench tonight.
The reserves for Atlanta United 2, Vicente Reyes, the backup keeper, Abdoulaye Diop, Ajani Fortune, Lamine Jaunet, David Mejia, who scored in the match against Miami FC. First professional goal, youngest ever in the history of Atlanta United 2 to do so. Patrick Nielsen and Daniel Steedman. That's your bench for both of the sides as we get ready for the second 45. Robbie Crawford over the ball for Charleston Battery. Once again, thanks for hanging out with us however you are doing so. And here we go, getting you ready for the second half here at Fifth Third Bank Stadium. The Battery in their road whites will be going from left to right as you're watching. And Atlanta United 2 in their stripes. Once again, they're going from right to left. Lundgaard. Zaracostas. We'll keep an eye on him right now inside the area. Bodies hit the turf, and we'll see what Ruska has here. It looks like it's going to be an early set piece for Charleston in the first 30 seconds.
Dangerous free kick here for the Charleston Battery. A little bit of a late whistle and late reaction. One change for Atlanta United on the back line. Patrick Nielsen in for Garrison Tubbs. Nielsen's first appearance in an Atlanta United kit. Draft pick out of Michigan State. Had an injury in preseason. Signed a contract with Atlanta United 2 after spending some time with Atlanta United in the preseason.
Crawford is over it. Sachero is over it. So Sachero's directing traffic.
Ruska has to get control here. Charleston cannot be in the wall. Piggott was trying to back into the wall. There has to be distance between the player and the wall.
Crawford with the right. Lundgaard punches it over the bar. Nice save.
Safe hands from Ben Lundgaard. Didn't get a sight of that one too early. It's a well-taken free kick from Robbie Crawford. Safety first from Lundgaard. Both hands behind it. Parries it over the bar.
So Crawford now will take the corner. A.J. Patterson trying to distract in front of Lundgaard. Lundgaard trying to emphasize that he is behind him. Knows he's there. And with the right. Punched out. Kieran Mason, grounder. Lundgaard is there.
Dangerous one skipping on this wet turf. Lundgaard gets down quickly to not give up a rebound. Good communication from him on that corner as well. You could hear him clearly calling for it.
Njai. Sachero tried to shoulder him off the ball. Gannon was going with Archer. Here's the last corner.
Gets through everybody, and Lundgaard calling very clearly for it. Defenders in front of him clear out to let him get there.
Jope gets Nelson. Nelson hits the deck, and there's a whistle.
I think we're going to see a lot of whistles here in the second 45.
Yellow card to Coleman Gannon for Atlanta United. Yellow card to Mojadama. On the other side for Charleston, it was Leland Archer and A.J. Patterson with yellows in the first half. Crawford driving on Njai. And with the right, looking for Piggott. Gurr is in the way. Bashti tries to settle it down. Mason is there, and he'll send it all the way back to Renico Clark. Patterson will go back to Clark as we head toward minute 50. Archer, Mason, Bashti in pursuit. Gannon tries to cut him off. Last touch by the Battery will be an Atlanta United throw, middle third. Abdoulaye Diop also now in for Atlanta United 2. Goodrum tries to turn on Patterson. Keeps control. Foul on Mason.
Good fight from Goodrum to keep that one and not let Charleston knock him off the ball. Mason comes in at the end of it and cleans him out. Goodrum just battling to try to find his footing before Mason takes him out. Abdullah Diop in for Will Riley in that midfield. He's going to sit a little bit more than Riley did in the first half, it appears. That's going to free Njai up to get forward.
Piggott, Gurr on him. Crawford. Back out, chipped in. Nobody there. Lundgaard will grab it. Back and forth with Mojadama with Gurr. Njai back to help out. And they'll just go all the way back to Ben Lundgaard. Space is available. Give to Gurr. Goodrum. Mojadama. And over to Patrick Nielsen. Njai with the left. Looking for Diop, intercepted by Nelson. Sachero was there, but Atlanta United 2 quickly gaining possession back with Nielsen and Njai. Boschwa tries to push Njai off, as does Kieran Mason. Nothing happening there. Good spin away by Njai. Hits Nelson in the back as he was looking for Diop. Diop way too much for Gurr. A lot behind that one.
Diop drifting out wide a little bit more here to start the second half. Leaving Boschti and Goodrum in those central channels. Boschti stepping up a little higher.
Back to Nielsen. Abdullah Diop. Nielsen's got a little bit of room. Give to Caleb Wiley. Bumped off of it. Tries to stick with it. Zarakostas is there, but he can't get past two Atlanta United 2 players. One of them Nielsen, the other one Wiley. Goes back to the stripes.
So good from Wiley after losing possession in a dangerous spot to come back, win the ball back, not commit a foul.
Last touch by Atlanta United 2. So Nelson will throw. Crawford will send it with the right. Boschwa tried to chest it down, does. Crawford gets it back. Center circle Piggott. Patterson on a run. Hit Jack Gurr. Looked like it hit him in the chin, but he stays with it. Abdullah Diop with a little room. Goodrum. Battery giving up space in the middle third. Settling back defensively. Here's Nielsen with the left over the top. Patterson is there, and he will shield to make sure it goes out. It'll be a goal kick.
It's a good look from Patrick Nielsen. Those are the things that Atlanta United center backs are known for, those long diagonals. You have to be able to open the field up if you play in the back for an Atlanta United club. Nielsen coming out of Danish academies before coming over to the States to play in college. Very technical player.
Last touch by Piggott. Gurr couldn't keep his footing.
Complaints about the ball coming off of Gurr's arm, but his arm is on the ground, and with the changes to the handball rule in the last year, if the arm is on the ground in a slide, it's connected.
Njai and Diop were wondering who was going to take it. Boschwa will take it instead for Charleston. Wants to turn with the right. Nicely defended that time. Battery rush. Atlanta United 2 escapes there as we head to minute 55.
Somebody has to step up and be the vocal leader in that situation for Atlanta United 2. Can't make it that easy for Charleston.
Kieran Mason. Crawford and back to Renico Clark.
A little disjointed start for Atlanta.
Clark had a couple of different ideas, just sends it all the way back to Brino. Boschti in pursuit. Nielsen there to defend, down to Abdullah Diop. Crawford gets it away from him. Gannon. Great work by Coleman Gannon to keep possession. They're going to call a foul on Nelson that time as Gannon tried to go by.
Gannon tried to turn the corner. Don't know if it was Crawford who might have clipped him first and then had him fly into Nelson.
A reminder coming into tonight, Atlanta United 2 only 2 points behind in Group H. A win for Atlanta United 2 would temporarily put them into second place. You're one of the top 2 teams in your group. You advance to the postseason. Obviously, it's a little early in the season, but it's a good marker to hang on your hat early on.
And you say temporarily, they don't want to give it back up now. They get into second place. They want to hold on to that.
Agreed.
Charleston would have a game in hand.
Yes.
That's the key element to it.
Foul on Wiley. As Zeracostas tried to drive.
Gannon gets underneath of Crawford, and then Wiley with the clip at the end of it. A little surprised it was Wiley who got the talking to and not Gannon, who's on a yellow.
Archer brings it forward, headed down nicely by Wiley. Mason tried to shoulder Boschti off, but it goes back to Clark. Sent through, Piggott, Mason. Tried to find Boschwa, picked off.
Good ball from Wiley.
Mackie Jope looks to turn. Has some help. The battery was there first. No whistle, no need. Gurr with space. Atlanta United 2 with numbers behind Boschti. Kieran Mason's there.
Has to be better from Atlanta United 2. Doesn't matter if Kieran Mason's there. It's a giveaway, and Atlanta was exposed. Now they recovered quickly. Goodrum with great hustle to come back and get involved in winning that back.
Njai. Wiley. Past Zeracostas, but it's going to go to Archer, who's going to leave it for Brino.
It's incredibly disjointed here in the second half for Atlanta. Has to be better in the moments where you have these combinations starting to build. Easy giveaways.
Nielsen back to Lundgaard. Back and forth with Mo Jadama. Alongside Jason Longshore, I'm John Nelson. Fifth Third Bank Stadium here in Kennesaw. Atlanta United 2 in the Charleston Battery. 8th match all time between these two. Foul on Zeracostas there as Wiley tried to go.
A little bit of a receipt from Zeracostas on Wiley, who had brought him down earlier.
Jadama and Abdoulaye Jope. Sajero just let that go.
It's got to be faster for Atlanta in these kinds of moments. When Atlanta switches the point of attack, switches the side that they're trying to approach on, it can create some opportunity, but it has to be faster.
Jadama with a lot of room. Back and forth with Jope. Up and over. Clark bumps Mackie Jope off of it, and it ends up with Brino.
Just easy for Renico Clark.
Mackie Jope on the intercept. Goodrum. Boschti turns. Can he fire up with the left? He tries to. Knocked away by Archer. Mason clears.
Boschti just couldn't find the handle to get that left foot loaded up. Ball seemed to get stuck underneath Boschti's feet. That's the switch that needs to be flipped at times for Atlanta, is when it's not on with the buildup out of the back, just play it over the top and look to win the second ball. Atlanta does it here. Little combination play frees up Boschti. It's well defended by Archer, but Boschti just could not find the space.
Not enough on that ball by Goodrum. Sachero was there to intercept Boschwa. Zeracostas. Battery with numbers. Nielsen got in the way. Zeracostas kept it. Good step over with the left. Couldn't get it full. Once a whistle won't get it, Lundgaard grabs.
And not getting that one back, but turnovers in bad spots for Atlanta. Charleston should have got more out of that. Let's take another look at it now. Nielsen doesn't win the tackle. It comes back to him. Chidama lunging for it. Njai just gets enough of a body in there to make it difficult.
Clark and Archer. Chip towards center line, chested down. Robbie Crawford. Land United 2 wants a whistle for a handball, didn't get it. Chip. Romario Piggott has help from Patterson on his left. That's where he sends it. Cuts it back. Piggott with the left wide.
Game's getting really stretched out. Calls looking for a handball on Crawford. It would have been very unfortunate for him. He's in a run and it gets played up into his body. Swings out wide to the left, and Piggott with a great opportunity. Pulls it wide.
Quick reminder, don't miss a minute of action in 2020. Sign up today, get alerts all year long following your club on ESPN.com. Search for Atlanta United 2, then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores and get reminders on the Stripes' next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your favorite club. Wiley nicely done to get the ball away from the battery that time. Njai, Bashti, Gurr. Patterson on him. Chipped over. Bashti, header just missed. Great work again by Gurr and Bashti, connecting as they have over the last little while. Just missed.
Bashti was calling for this the whole way. Good run off the ball, splitting the defenders. Gets inside of Nelson. It's a tough one for him. He's trying to get down and get ahead on it and redirect. Nearly pulls it off.
Nice control by Boschwood to settle. Here comes Nelson for the battery. Zarakostas beats Wiley. Tries to send it into the area. Nice block that time by Caleb Wiley, and it's going to be a deep throw.
Yeah, not so fast there. Caleb Wiley, very composed for a 15-year-old playing the amount of minutes that he's playing in the USL Championship right now. Playing up against a player in Zarakostas who was a star for 4 years at Rhode Island. Wiley holding his own.
Still has another quarter of a year before he turns 16. Turn misses everything that time by Romario Piggott. Substitutions now coming in for the battery. And it looks like it's Angelo Kelly and Jay Bolt. And David Mejia will be coming in for Atlanta United 2.
Mason and Patterson leave for Charleston. Njai leaves for Atlanta. Mejia, much more of an attacking presence than Njai. Looks like Gannon's going to drop into the midfield. Mejia looked really good last week in his second appearance. Gets that first goal late, ends up being the match winner. This is a different kind of role for Coleman Gannon, though, tucking inside. He's on a yellow card. He has to be careful with some of his challenges.
Ruska with the whistle.
Jay Bolt over on the left side of this back line. Kyle Nelson will stay on the right. Bolt's a dangerous weapon for Charleston going forward. Jack Gurr's going to have to be careful with Bolt trying to sneak in behind him.
Injuries kept Bolt out of a majority of the action in 2019. Had only 10 matches played. And remember, no Jared Van Schaik tonight for the battery, picking up the 2 yellows. The red card in the match against Tampa last time out. Crawford. Top of the box. Nielsen missed the header, but it's bumped out by Atlanta United 2, and they'll reset Jay Bolt.
Wiley with the clearance for Atlanta.
Crawford looking to go on Bashti. Bolt is there now. He'll go back to Clark. Good work by Mackie Jope that time to keep Clark from driving.
Clark and Bolt having a few words with one another.
Mm-hmm. Boschwa, Jadama, second ball won by Bashti, but headed down to Crawford. Leland Archer. Nelson with Mejia in pursuit. Wiley was there as well. It's going to be a goal kick. They're going to say last touched by Nelson. As we're here early in minute 66, goalless with Atlanta United 2 in the battery.
Yeah, Wiley just goes in strong and plays it off of Nelson. Caleb Wiley at this point in his young career just doesn't look like the moment's ever too big for him. Incredible composure.
Too much from Gannon looking for Bashti. Clark is there. Leland Archer center circle. Sends it forward to Piggott. Bumped off of that by Abdoulaye Jope. Here come the Stripes again. Back to Nielsen. Up and over Zaracostas. Jadama tries to get it past him. Nicely done that time. Back heel trying to spring Bolt. Can't quite do it. It's going to be a goal kick.
A little loose in possession there from Jadama. Atlanta has to be careful because Charleston will stay up high and stay in their face. They don't get out of control with their pressure, but they make it difficult for the simple passes out of the back.
Lundgaard back and forth with Jope. Nielsen pressured by Boschwa. Nice flick idea by Bashti, but it ends up with Nelson that time. But Goodrum will end up with it center circle and turns.
4v4.
Goodrum chips over the top. Jope looking to spring, and he got enough on it to get it past Brino for the goal. Atlanta United 2 on the board, and there is that man again, Mackie Jope in the 68th.
3 goals in 2 matches for Mackie Jope. We talked about it in the first half. He was trying to time that run as this Charleston backline gets pulled apart. This time he times it perfectly. Little chipped ball in. He takes this first touch from Goodrum's chip just to set himself up. Brings it down, controlled finish. Mackie Jope picks out the corner. Phil Brino concedes his first goal to Atlanta United 2 this season. And right now, Atlanta United 2 is in a playoff spot.
Mackie Jope, 3rd professional goal, and gives Atlanta United 2 the lead in the 68th minute. The game had been stretched in the first 20 minutes of the second half. Atlanta United, Goodrum finds a way, chips it over the top. Jope gets on the board, beats Leland Archer, beats Phil Brino, and the Stripes are up 1-0.
Moment of brilliance from Goodrum. Jope times the run. Atlanta gets the breakthrough.
Lundgaard. Bashti was going with Archer there. Abdoulaye Jope wins the second ball. Bashti will turn. Jope with his speed. Archer will get there first. And they'll call a foul.
Archer can run with Jope. A little bit of a head start there, and then it's very savvy from Leland Archer. College of Charleston veteran. Knows that Jope's going to charge into him, just draws the foul.
Goodrum on Bolt. Bolt tries to chip it forward. Push in the back, no call. Zaracostas goes down. Gurr. Angelo Kelly chasing. Gurr into the area. Bumped back, and Kelly will get there as Gurr slides down, loses his footing as well. Zaracostas grabbing his right ankle, still not in the play.
Gurr tried to pull that back for the run of Bashti to the near post. Too much speed on his run. He wasn't able to bring that ball back.
Through Jadama and Boschwa, and Nielsen grabs it.
Wrestling match between Boschwa and Jadama. I think Jadama might have scored the takedown.
Lundgaard tries to get it to Gurr, who tries to keep it in, but he can't. Bolt. Back to Clark and Kelly. Leland Archer with it again. Boschti chasing. Piggott. Nelson looking to go on Wiley. There's the speed into the area. Well defended that time by Caleb Wiley. It's going to be a goal kick to Atlanta United 2.
One of the few times Caleb Wiley's been caught flat-footed, but the recovery, he doesn't let Nelson turn the corner, doesn't commit the foul, challenges Nelson and makes it difficult for him to put in a cross. You see so often a young defender, when they get beat, they make a rash challenge, they bring that player down, they give up a free kick, in that case give up a penalty. Caleb Wiley stayed under control after Nelson beat him with pace. Didn't get the tackle, but forced the giveaway.
Goodrum looking to go on Bolt. Bolt closes down the angle on him. Jack Gurr calling for it. Gets the chip again, sends it into the area far post. Nelson's there to head it away. Mejia will track it down. Mejia in with the right, up and over everybody. It'll be a goal kick to Charleston here halfway through minute 72.
Those situations are fine if you're Atlanta. You don't want the giveaways in the middle third. You don't want the giveaways on the edge of your defensive third. You want to finish opportunities off. If you give up a goal kick, that's okay. You can get back and reset. Don't want to get caught in transition moments.
Pressure from Boschti and Mackie Jope. Back and forth with Archer and Clark to Jay Bolt. Into the middle, Angelo Kelly. Jay Bolt will track it down, as will Goodrum, but they're going to call a foul on Goodrum and a card comes out.
The passing from Charleston pulled Atlanta apart. Gurr got caught out stepping into the midfield because everybody stepped into a different spot. Abdullah Jope stepped up high. Gurr tried to take his position in front of the back line. That left Goodrum with no help, and he has to commit that foul there before Bolt gets into a more dangerous spot.
Two more subs now for Mike Anhauser. That's the night for Clark and the night for Boschwa. Coming in, Nicu Daly and Zico Lewis.
All attack now. We'll see how Charleston's back line shapes up. Might go with a line of three, but with Nelson and Bolt as part of it.
Crawford, top of the six, headed up over everything.
Flag was up anyway. Charleston jumped too early. Good positioning from Atlanta. Getting close to that hydration break in the second half. That'll give Tony Annan an opportunity to adjust. Also get a little bit of a peek at how Charleston's going to line up. Things have worked out pretty well from a timing perspective for Tony Annan.
Johnny Fortune looking to check in for Atlanta United 2, and it looks like that is the end of the night for Amir Boschti.
Boschti was taking his time to get things organized as well. Also letting a little bit of clock run. Amir Boschti's a pretty savvy guy. Coleman Gannon comes back over to the left side. Johnny Fortune's going to come into the midfield.
74 minutes for Boschti tonight, headed. Archer will get there before Mackie Jope will. Brino tries to send it forward to Zaracostas. Heads it, but Atlanta United 2 with it again in Gurr. Goodrum out of traffic, nicely done, Abdullah Jope.
Atlanta's going to have to be careful in those moments. Charleston overloading the midfield at the moment.
Fortune looking for a run from either Jope or a longer run from Gurr. And there's your hydration break here halfway through the 75th minute.
That's fine. Give those away there if you're a Johnny Fortune. You don't want to give it away in that middle third. Charleston is really flooding the middle of the park right now. We'll see what Tony Annan does to adjust.
Well, and that's one of the points that you see with these hydration breaks is that they've turned into timeouts now. And when you have a team that is as young as Atlanta United, it's definitely an opportunity for Tony Annan to have another coaching moment with his group instead of saying instructions and passing those along.
I was talking right there with David Mejia, who's going to have to do more defensive work than he's probably accustomed to doing. Talking to Abdullah Diop as well, because he's got to sit. Looks like Charleston is playing essentially a 3-2-3-2, but Bolt and Nelson are flanking Leland Archer. They're going to step up high as much as they can.
Let's take a peek at the scores as they are right now here this evening. Once again, the 5 o'clock kick. Win for the interim manager for Philadelphia Union 2, 3-2. A lot of young talent there for Union 2. And that win at the break, Birmingham Legion leading Charlotte Independence by the score of 2-0. Also at the half, St. Louis Sporting Kansas City 2. That one is goalless as well.
Two early goals for Birmingham. In the 5th minute, Jonathan Dean. The 11th minute, Nico Brett. No answers from Charlotte yet.
And once again, we mentioned that the match after this one for Charleston, short turn this weekend, and it is a road trip to Charlotte Independence. So that was why you had the starting 11 that you did. But when you have that, you can bring in guys like Nick Daly and Zico Lewis and Angelo Kelly and Jay Bolt as 4 of your 5 subs. 1 sub left for Mike Anhauser.
It's Nelson, Archer, and Bolt as your back 3 for Charleston. Kelly and Crawford are your 2 holding midfielders. Cicero sitting in behind Daly and Lewis.
Throw for Atlanta United 2. Fortune there to help out. Nicely done there. Here comes Mejia. He's got Mackie Diop in the middle. Good push. Coleman Gannon has got Goodrum if he can find him. Nice chip. Goodrum tries to give it to Gannon. Good shepherd job there by Archer, and it's going to be a goal kick for the Battery.
Philip Goodrum playing the role of creator tonight. Could have been a little selfish there. Rewarding the long run from Coleman Gannon, trying to play him in. A little easy for Charleston to read that one, though.
Bolt. Lost it.
When Atlanta can turn Charleston over, they're space in behind. Charleston's selling out the attack right now, trying to find an equalizer. But Atlanta has to be careful in the middle. A turnover in a bad spot, and Charleston can get those numbers forward.
Heading toward minute 79, Atlanta United 2, 1-0 on the goal by Mackie Diop back in the 68th. 3rd goal in 2 games. 2 goals last time out against the Miami FC. We're there for the win for the Stripes, their first win of the year, trying to go back-to-back here in Group H. Picked off, down, Gannon tried to flick it past Crawford. The deflection ends up back in Stripes' possession. Angelo Kelly tries to get a call, won't. Good chip there, Gannon. Looking to turn on Crawford. In with the right to the far post. Goodrum tried to get there. Bolt got there first. Mejia came down with it but couldn't control it. Angelo Kelly to Zaracostas.
Love the first touch from Mejia, but he can't lose it there because of this.
A lot of room for Zaracostas. Mejia tries to slow him down. He finally does. Zaracostas has to peel it back to Angelo Kelly. Too much there. Goal kick.
A little bit of pinball as Coleman Gannon tries to chip it over Crawford. It comes back off of Crawford right to Gannon, then to a Johnny Fortune.
Fans, follow Atlanta United 2. A reminder, the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN+, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the nearly 8 million sports fans who've already discovered ESPN+. Watch the USL Championship live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Second ball. Diop trying to get it from Archer, and he can't. whistle with Mejia trying to help Angelo Kelly with the proper placement of the ball in his mind. Crawford and Nelson intercepted, but it stays with the battery. Crawford to Bolt. Goodrum on mark there, up and over. Mojadama, great defensive work there to get the ball clear. As Charleston tried to drive into the area one more time looking for the equalizer. Mackie Jope can't control that. Last touched by Jope, it'll be a throw.
Lots of yelling, lots of talking, really nothing in it. Leland Archer defending well against Mackie Jope.
Zaracostas from Crawford. Good defense from Gurr. Tried to make sure to sell that Zaracostas touched it last. He didn't. Battery throw. Bolt to Angelo Kelly. A lot of room for Nelson. Coleman Gannon closes that down. Kelly, top of the area. Nicely done, Abdoulaye Jobe. Coleman Gannon tries to chip it forward. Center circle. Too much air under it. Charleston comes back.
Jope's got to fight through that and try to hold it up. He was one-on-one with Leland Archer.
Zico Lewis with a pass and a shot over the bar.
See the motioning from Mackie Jope yelling at Gannon there after that ball. He wants it in over the top. He wants to turn and run past Archer. He doesn't want to have to get into a physical battle with his back to Archer.
Fans of the USL's elite pre-professional platform, USL Academy allows clubs across the USL to build a pathway to pro soccer by bringing together top local youth talent. Following the success of the first Academy Cup events, clubs can now apply to participate in the USL Academy League, kicking off in spring 2021. For more information, visit usl-academy.com or search hashtag USL Academy on social media. Going to be a throw for Atlanta United 2. Subs the last go round for Charleston. That's the night for Piggott. Daniel Steedman ready to check in for Atlanta United 2. Dante Marini, the fifth sub for Mike Anhauser.
Steedman coming in for Mackie Jope. Looks like he'll play a little bit deeper, and it'll be Goodrum who moves up top.
First touch quick. Bolt wins the header. Atlanta United 2 gets the throw. Goodrum, Steedman looking to turn into the corner. Bolt gets it away from him. Jousting in the corner, sticks with the battery, chipped up and over. Too much looking for Zaracostas, so another stripes throw here in minute 84.
That's all you got to do if you're Atlanta United 2 at this point. Charleston trying to find something out of the back. You don't have to overcommit. Just make it difficult. Make them take extra time. Look for that extra pass.
Gurr has Mejia. He'll go down the line, up and over. Bolt touches it first. Gonna stick with the stripes. Last touch by Jay Bolt. Good work in the corner that time by Steedman and by Goodrum to frustrate Jay Bolt. Couldn't have anything to do with it. They had numbers. Bolt touches it last. Gurr will throw it in. Good turn by Goodrum. Steedman. Mejia. Good work by Mejia, and having to come up with it was Brino.
Mejia slaloming through Charleston defenders. Tries to pull that back to the top of the 6 for Coleman Gannon. Tony Annan called a Johnny Fortune over during that whole sequence as well to make sure the positioning in the middle of the park is tight enough.
Abdoulaye Jope slide tackle. Sticking with it. Dante Marini, his first touch. Crawford to Bolt. Angelo Kelly. Before the double team could collapse on him, to Crawford. Cicero. Kelly with the touch again. And there's your foul. That's going to go on Angelo Kelly. And Kelly will get a yellow as the foul on Steedman.
Easy decision for Ruska. You could hear that foul up in our broadcast position. Kelly, a very hard-nosed central midfielder. Never met a tackle he didn't like. Goes in very strong on Steedman here. Also smart from Steedman. He knows it's coming. Takes that hit to give Lundgaard a lot of time to waste.
Into it with the right, headed down. Nicely won by Steedman that time. Goodrum into the corner. Tries to get it past Archer. Did Archer touch it last?
Archer grabbed his shirt. Archer got beat as Goodrum turned the corner and grabbed the jersey. You could see the jersey come back. A little surprised the AR did not put the flag up. You can see the pole right here. It's very clear. That's got to be signaled by the AR. It's right in front of him.
Didn't happen. Gurr thought about touching it. Lundgaard will do so now on Zaracostas. Halfway through minute 87.
No need to risk anything by Lundgaard here. Play it long into the other half.
Got under it. Good flick there by Steedman. Goodrum, too much.
It's a good punt from Lundgaard because he picks out Steedman. Atlanta nearly found an opportunity. They're trying to exploit Charleston's line of three, but with two outside backs as part of that three. They're trying to get in behind Jay Bolt on a regular basis.
Nelson chests it down. Tries to send Zico Lewis. Patrick Nielsen bumps him off, but it'll stick with the battery. Up and over, Nick Daly trying to drive on Jadama. No whistle, goal kick.
Hey, keep it moving, guys.
Once again, we mentioned second place in the group is what's at stake right now. If this holds, Atlanta United 2 is in second place in Group H. They would make the postseason if this result holds, if it was to end today. Steedman and Zaracostas going at it. Zaracostas comes out with help from Angelo Kelly. Having to clip backwards, Jay Bolt. Archer, Goodrum in pursuit. Nelson, Coleman, Gannon. A lot behind that one, too much behind it, frankly. It goes over Zaracostas, and it'll be a goal kick.
Poor giveaway from Nelson. Turned inside of Gannon. Just overhits that big switch. And now Atlanta's going to take every second that they possibly can.
Another goal on the board for Birmingham, leading 3-0 there in the 58th. Sporting Kansas City 2 with a goal on the board, leading St. Louis 1-0.
Bruno Lapa with that third goal for Birmingham.
A lot of good work from the first-year player for Tom Sohn in the Legion. Sent forward, Nielsen wins the header. Mejia comes down with it, nicely done.
That's great work from Mejia and a great header from Nielsen.
Mejia will get there, tries to click it back to himself. Angelo Kelly wins it away. Atlanta United 2 want a foul call, won't get it.
Mejia tried to chop that back to himself. Not sure how much contact was in on that tackle. AR wasn't having it. Flag did not go up.
Marini Interrupted, but Cicero is there. He has to send it back to Bolt. Almost it for the 90 and a whistle on a Johnny Fortune. Quick reset. Settled into the area. Tries to spring with the left. Cut it back, almost triple teamed, and they're going to have to reset with Angelo Kelly. Fortune on Marini. Back to Leland Archer. A lot of room for Leland Archer to move. Mejia finally closes it down. Nelson, Gannon on him. 3 minutes added to the 90. Wiley nicely done. Mejia.
These Atlanta teenagers playing through pressure, just passing their way out of trouble.
Jay Bolt as the battery have to try to regroup 30 seconds in. Nelson. Fortune clears. Archer. Bolt. Dante Marini. Outside of the box, Kelly. Robbie Crawford. Fortune is chasing. Nelson interrupted by Gannon. They're going to call a foul.
Nelson grabbed Gannon so he wouldn't break away. A little surprised it's not a yellow card if you're going to call that foul. You surprised by only 3 minutes?
Yeah.
I can only imagine what Mike Anhauser had to say when it was said 3 minutes is all it's going to be. I think he's still talking about it.
That he has a mask on?
We should be very fortunate.
Three points for a win. Puts them a point ahead of Charleston if this result holds. Chipped. Coleman Gannon has space. Bolt's there to interrupt it, though.
Great tackle from Jay Bolt. Might give Charleston another opportunity.
Marini. Settled, but Fortune with it. Zarakostas with the bump. No whistle. Play on. They're going to call a foul on Nelson again that time as Wiley tried to go past.
Nelson, honestly, very fortunate he hasn't seen 2 yellow cards in the last 3 minutes. Caleb Wiley just steps up and wins that ball and drives forward.
Goodrum behind the ball. 30 seconds to go. But it will all depend on Ruska's watch. Poked through. One more rush probably for the battery. Here's Archer. Jay Bolt. Steedman goes with Marini, who has it now. Marini turns to the inside. Steedman goes down, poked away nicely.
Atlanta just needs to hold this now.
Coleman Gannon. Here comes Crawford. Fortune. Fresher legs. Chipped over. Gannon is there. He's got help with Wiley. Wiley will go into the corner, then he'll bring it in. But the flag is up.
That's fine. We're past the 3 minute mark. No problem there. They're adding an extra minute, we're hearing. That's why you saw the reaction from Tony Annan. Why they're adding an extra minute, I have no idea.
None.
Nothing happened in the 3 to add an extra minute.
Battery try to get something done inside the area, up into the air. It's going to be a throw in the attacking third. Jay Bolt gets there quickly. Maybe another 15 seconds, supposedly. Crawford with the left. In the area, and there's Cicero for the equalizer.
Unbelievable. Tony Annan holding up 3 fingers saying that it was supposed to be 3 minutes. That goal scored 45 seconds afterwards. Why an extra minute was allowed, we have no clue, but Charleston takes full advantage. Cross comes in, Atlanta can't clear. Cicero just slots it home.
And as we're past 93, we're past 94, heading to 95. Tony Annan talking to the fourth official.
Good thing he's got a mask on too after that.
Yeah.
An extra minute added after 3 minutes were said to everyone. There was a lot of lobbying coming from the Charleston technical area.
They're going to call a goal kick there.
There was a lot of lobbying going on during that full 3 minutes. They get an extra minute and they get a point out of it.
And Tony Annan, I'm sure, is going to be looking for explanations. High fives to the sidelines for both sets of coaches. And 3 minutes somehow magically turns into 4. The game had a bit of David Copperfield attached to it after we got the 90 minutes. And so a 1-0 Atlanta United 2 lead turns into a 1-1 draw after 94. We'll put a bow on it when we come back. And there's the man with the equalizer. It's the USL Championship on ESPN Plus. Stick and stay. We'll be right back.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes.
One each.
I knew what you could
Still a
accomplish,
2-point gap.
how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
Welcome back to Kennesaw. Final score 1-1. Atlanta United 2 and the Charleston Battery. And, you know, Jason, we talked about it from the standpoint of all of the youth that Tony Annan has on his roster. And I can't say enough about what they showed tonight, getting a lead, holding a lead, and doing what they did as a bunch of youngsters out there tonight.
You didn't get the 3 points, though. And all that's great. But you were in a playoff position until you weren't. And no matter what reason, and you can see the frustration on Tony Annan's face, no matter what the reason is, final score is 1-1.
Yep, and match stats there, 13-7 in shots, 3 on target, including the last one for Charleston that went into the back of the net. Atlanta United 2 had possession. Yellow cards even in 3 in a match like this. That's to be expected.
Could have been more. Kyle Nelson had a couple of yellow card worthy challenges very, very late. It was physical. It was back and forth. The second half really got stretched out. Atlanta United 2 played very, very well against a team that they generally have problems with, but they were unable to get the full 3 points that were critical to move into a playoff spot.
And after this, once again, it's short rest for Tony Annan. They go to Birmingham this weekend for a match against the Legion. Legion were winning 3-0 as they were heading into the 60th minute. Last report we had on that, so Birmingham was well on their way to adding more points to their total here on the season. And it's a lot of games in a very short period of time for Atlanta United 2. After Birmingham, you're looking at 5 matches in a 2-week period for the Stripes, and it's 1 point for each side tonight for the Stripes and the Battery here in Group H. So once again, what we see with Atlanta United 2 and with the Charleston Battery, it is now 2-4-2 for Atlanta United 2 all time, going up against the Battery. And you see Dante Marini getting in some last reps there for the Battery, just kind of doing cool down. as both of these sides are going to have action this weekend. The Battery go to Charlotte to play the Independents before they get a week off, and that would be to play Atlanta United 2 back on the 15th. So 3 points turn into 1, and this is where things stand after tonight. The Battery and the Rowdies have a match in hand against the Stripes.
Atlanta United 2 has to find full points here the rest of the way in quite a few different matches. They'll have opportunities to face the Rowdies and Battery and to take points off of them. It's going to feel really hard tonight after you get a result, which looks good, but when you look back at this 90 minutes plus 3 plus 60 more seconds, you're not going to feel quite as good.
Another goal by Mackie Jope, his third in 2 matches, put Atlanta United 2 on the board, but a goal at the death meant it was a 1-1 draw between the Stripes and the Battery. For Jason Longshore, I am John Nelson. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you back here in a week. Play it safe, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.